Oh, well, you know, Bill had a lot to do with it, and I've always been interested in that because one of my favorite composers of all, and I think one of the great jazz musicians of all time, was Johann Sebastian Bach. You got to remember Bach was better known in his time as an improviser, and most everything he wrote was based on a dance. All those titles, whether Bourrée, Sarabande, the Gigue, the Gavotte, all those things, they're all dances. So when when I started to reintroduce myself to his music after going back to Bill, I started to think, I should steal from Bach. So I thought, well, maybe I'll open up the lute suites and see. Maybe I'll read through a few pages and see if I can find something to steal. I didn't realize that once you start to approaching Bach from that perspective, you can't get past 2 bars, because every measure is filled with information. Of course, my good friend, who we lost recently, Jimmy Wyble, had some fantastic ideas on 2-line improvising, which is another way of saying improvising counterpoint. And so that relationship for me was one of the great blessings of my life. So. Okay, I have this Jimmy Wyble story that for me was, I think, informs the way I approach teaching. Jimmy quit playing at the top of his career because he needed to take care of his wife who had gotten MS. She got ill, and instead of hiring help, which they could have afforded because he was working a lot and working and playing movies and doing all kinds of things, a first call guitar player, he chose, and teaching at USC, teaching at MI, and teaching at a high level. He just dropped off the scene completely and took care of her. It was during her later years that I got to know him, and that's another story. But I had wanted to meet him, and he ended up calling me because he heard something that I had played on the radio, and because I was too shy to give him a call. But I had wanted to. His phone number was on my desk, but I was kind of timid and afraid to call. But when he called me, I was very, very excited about having that opportunity to meet him. And but as a person, so he stopped everything to take care of his wife. After she passed away, he did a little workshop at MI, and I told the administration there, I said, I think that he enjoys the company of people. He's been kind of off the scene, but I think that he would welcome the opportunity to come back and teach once or twice a week. And they invited him, and he agreed. And now Jimmy had been there back in the days when Howard Roberts was there. And the students who are the teachers now, and the students were people like Scott Henderson, and this is all very high-level players already, because those were the people that were attracted to Howard Roberts and Joe DiOrio and Ron Eshte and Don Mock. And so the level were guys who are already professional. And over the years, the school has grown to be more like a general music college that accepts anybody who wants a music education. So the level, of course, is not the select. It's everybody. So Jimmy was very concerned before he went there. He said, what is he going to teach him now with all these wonderful teachers teaching? So he was a little concerned, unnecessarily, but that's the way most musicians are. Musicians like him anyway. He was very humble. So after his first day there, I back there. After all these years, I called him and I said, Jimmy, how was it? How was your first day? And he said, oh, Sid, some of the students don't know where the notes are on their guitar. And I said, Jimmy, I tried to warn you. I told you that. He said, oh no, that's okay. That's where I can help them. That, there's a master like that was very pleased that there was a place for him. Oh well, I keep working on trying to learn new tunes, and lately I've been I admire Jimmy's work so much. I've been trying to see if I can learn some of his studies, his etudes. Eventually, I hope to learn them all, because inside every one of them, there's something good to steal. And so I make sure that I don't leave any of his etudes without stealing something. He left some of them to me in his will, so I don't feel that there's plagiarism. And of course, like what we all do, we steal and make stuff our own. But I guess at this point in my life, my goal is just to learn more tunes and play more music. Keep it simple like that. And if I meet some nice people along the way and I get to play some good music, then it's all worth it.